Okay, Daniel, we'll start our lessons today. Welcome, everyone. I'm not sure Manur will join us today or not. I not heard about from her. So today we'll go through lesson 4 about Unit 3, strategic marketing. Okay, so welcome. We'll start our lesson today. So today our lesson is we are doing our 4th lesson and is about, we'll quick check our learning outcome. So that will help us. So what we learned up to now, so just a bit recap first before starting actually our today lesson. So feel free, if any question, please do not hesitate to contact me. And today lesson is a unit 3 is about marketing, and we are doing we have learned up to now LO1, which is understanding the principle of marketing and its role in business practices. In business practice, we discuss about what is the difference between marketing and selling. We discuss about marketing strategies and what sort of and why is crucial to be. We discuss about the business or corporate objective of the organization, how we can make effective organization and the marketing strategies to achieve our objective. And we discuss various approaches of our internal environment analysis. We discuss micro and macro environment. Micro means small, internal, which is controllable, and macro environment, which is external, uncontrollable. We discuss about micro factors, which is pestle, political, economic, social, and technological, legal, and eco environment, and those are the factors really we need to regularly review, and we have to address our operation, our strategies, and equally to be achieve our objective. We have to sometime find our alternative for the strategic alternative. If we are doing business in one country, maybe at this country and this market, our product is reached at line stage, maybe this product in the same other country at the introductory stage. So we can look around various alternative in term of the project in product, in term of doing business in different countries in different market to be achieve and maximize our market share. So third, our LO3, we learn about be able to apply the strategic mean is a long-term marketing decisions and the choices. So we discuss decision making mean the selecting the best course of action. So from different alternative, we can find which is the best alternative, which is the best option for us to be maximize our and achieve our organization objective. So justify the decision and choices to be made. Either we can manufacture the product in-house, we can sell online, we can set up our shop, we can give our rights to someone, they can sell us, or we can make the strategies for B2B, which is mean business to business, B2C, business to consumer. We can make strategies for digital marketing, which is quite crucial to use the social media to advertise our product and services, like the Facebook, LinkedIn, or eBay, and various others. And we can sell it online as well by using the website eBay, Amazon, or various other, or Alibaba. So these are our different sort of the choices. So corporate objective is overall organization objective. So our marketing strategies, our marketing decision, whatever, if we'll say, will provide the value for money, will provide the quality product, will exceed the customer expectation. All these things we should embed it in our marketing strategies, and we should achieve these objectives as well as a organization. We discuss about mission and vision of the organization. We quoted the example of Tesco, Asda, and various other companies. And during our previous lesson, we discussed about evaluate the approach for competitive positioning, and we discuss about segmentation, how we can segment it. We discuss about cost effective quarter generic strategies. We learn about different approaches. We discuss about resource based view. We discuss about supply. We discuss about Virgo model, and we discuss about mass marketing communication, how we can make. So we discuss about promotion mix, within how different promotion mix. We discuss about UNSAF metric, agorance of existing product in existing market, new product in new market, market penetrations, and market development. So all these things we explain and we discuss. We discussed during our previous lesson brand and branding. We discuss about niche market. We discuss about market follower leader. So what sort of and our strategies need to be reflected as well, with but not with the organizational or corporate objective. We are in the business. So if we are in a business to serve, if we are business to earn the lifetime loyalty, if we are, so all these, we need to be make the promises, not false promises in marketing. We should, because marketing means identify the customer needs and wants and fulfilling them and satisfying them by exploring their needs and wants and making the product that suits you, recommending them product that suits for them. Any question, Daniel? If you have, just drop me text, just writing, because maybe you can't properly, I can't hear you as well. So let's, next today our lesson about, we are going to discover a learning outcome 4, which have a quite close link with the LO3, 3 and 4 have a contextualized discussion. So maybe a bit, my discussion will be our lab, which we already learned in the previous. So monitoring, evaluation, and control, which is LO4, monitoring. Monitoring, you make a wonderful marketing plan. Plan is what we are doing. Yes, what we will do. But the monitoring and control, we will check we are delivering according to marketing plan or not. If we are not achieving our marketing objectives, so we need to look around and we have to take some corrective action. If the customer satisfaction level drop, so we need to be engaged with the customer to make sure, and we have to listen the customer. So in a marketing, in a business world, we always say customer is right, customer is a king. So everything, whatever making plan, launching product, we need to launch the product keeping in view of the needs and the wants of the customer. So we need to be evaluate how much market share, what happened with the market share drop, market share increase. So all this we need to look around as well. So next our today lesson will be focus on the cost decisions, how we'll decide the cost. So when we looking the cost, we need to look around what type of cost we have in a business. So fixed cost, the cost will stay the same. Doesn't matter we produce less, we sell less, like the fixed cost agreement, we can advertise as many times we want, we can deliver as many items we want, we can make a decision, we can take a contract that can be a fixed. So there's a fixed cost, stay the fixed up to the certain level of production or capacity. Then we have a variable cost, the cost which change. So if we are buying the time, more time to advertise our product and services on the radio, so what time we will, how much will cost, how many audience, how many people are listening and watching. Like if we are sponsoring to football match World Cup, like which is the company called Emirates Airline and various other, they are the officially sponsor of World Cup football. So we need to think about if we are advertising it or we are sponsoring it, how much will it cost it. So we not, so we need to think about how we could create a competitive advantage. See how often operation and measurement are operation are effective, sales, after sales service, customer compliance. So all these are our operations under comes sales and marketing operation, and we can divide it sub operations as well. So all this we need to be measured the effectiveness of these, to be achieve our organization. We discussed during our previous lesson what is a communication is a two ways. We discussed what type of the hurdles can be. We discussed some culture can be hurdle to be throughout the world if we are delivering one message. So that's why we need to think globally and act locally to achieve the organization objective. Daniel, any question? Say yes or no. Okay, thanks. So we'll discuss about different sort of the control applicability for organization, environment, resource implementation, management, and implication. So today lesson, we'll start our proper lesson now, lesson 4. So today lessons aims and objective, we will discuss about introduction to competitive strategies, how we can make it and how we can create the competitive advantage. So at the end of the lesson, I wish we will be further clear, define what is meant by the competitive strategies and describe the different types of the cost and the competitive advantage for our organization. So what do we know about the competitive strategies and competitive advantage? So anybody knows about the competitive advantage? The advantage we have over the competitors. Every country, every nation, every company have some sort of competitive advantage, but we need to think about how effectively we can use or further enhance our competitive advantage, which we can lead compared to our competitors. We can perform better than our competitors. If we have a young, we have a more innovative staff, we are launching new innovation technique, so that's also a competitive advantage. If we are providing after sales service, like China have a competitive advantage in terms of the cost, because China is delivering the product and services. So China is delivering the product and services have a competitive advantage. So whenever any question, Daniel? Okay, no question. So we'll move. So we are discussing about the competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means the advantage we have over the competitors. So first today we are discussing about the competitive advantage faster than the competitors. So different type of the strategies we can use it to obtain the competitive advantage for the organization. So our competitive advantage can be lower the cost. So lower the cost, so we can focus on the cost. So cost cutting measures within our organization, if we use it, that can be a competitive advantage for our organization. So like, the various company have a competitive, like Ryanair in the UK have a competitive advantage because they are offering the tickets to the cheaper other flights. When we looking the Emirates airline, they have a competitive advantage because they have a A380 airline, and the A380 is a big capacity. Even the swimming pool within an airline they have created for the business user. That's a competitive advantage for the organization. Broad differentiation strategies which we can use it, we can differentiate. So like, when we're looking eBay, when we're looking Amazon, they are selling different product which is on different channel of promotion, from the direct supplier to supplier, direct B to B and B to C. So these all called the competitive advantage, are the strategies for the organization. Best cost provider. So we need to be, no one else is selling the value added product. So we need to find CSF, we call critical success factor for the organization, that will help our organization to achieve our objective. Focus on the lower cost, like Chinese company, they focus on the lower the cost we need to be focused. So when we are focusing on the cost, maybe we need to think about the outsource, how we can outsource our product and services, that will help us to be achieve the competitive advantage for the organization. So lower the cost, outsourcing, like, we can not make within our organization, we can outsource our, and we can earn the profit, and we can create a competitive advantage. Other things, prime location, that can be a competitive advantage, because competitive maybe don't have. We'll discuss today vertical integration and merger and acquisition. So these lot of companies, to obtain the competitive advantage for the organization, they focus on the merger and acquisition. So cooperative uh, strategies, and we're looking the offensive and defensive. We'll go for offensive, or we can defend ourselves. We can draw a bar, like, hedging is again the foreign currency. If we are doing business in different currency, and the the currency will fluctuate, like pound against dollar, euro against different currencies. So ultimately this will create a competitive advantage. If our competitor is only doing business in one currency, that will help us to create a competitive advantage. So competitive advantage exists when the firm stages get its an edge defending against the competitive forces. So competitive securing the customer, key gaining the competitive advantage, convenience firm, convenience product. So that's the convenience. Customer buy with the less cost and the more value. If we are offering them 10% extra, we are giving them buy one get one free, or buy one get other half price product, that give us competitive advantage if we can afford it. It's not only the competitive advantage can be focused on the cost, competitive advantage can be focused on the quality, cost and time. So when we looking the organization performance, we always measure the organization performance in terms of the cost, in terms of the quality, in terms of. Daniel, any question? Question? Um, I'm not sure, Manu, not there. So if any questions, so please ask me. Okay, so next we looking attract and please our customer. Okay, so competitive pressures we have some time. So we need to look around the market positioning. If we have a more market share in the, so that can be a competitive advantage as an organization. Counteraction. So key revival, key competitor, how will counteraction? How will tackle them? Because like the previous lesson we discussed about the word strategies is derived from the Greek word which has mean, how is used to be in military, how will encounter our enemies and we can protect our borders. So now it's a use in the business world as well. Respondents to the prevailing market condition narrow in the scope. So we'll go through further. Build a competitive advantage, cultivate the client we need to look around the loyal. So during our one lesson, I discussed about rule 80-20 Pareto, which is mean, 80% sales is from the 20% customer and 20% sales coming from the 80% customer. So those loyal customer, if we'll retain them in the longer, that will help us to create the competitive advantage for our organization. So we need to make sure, so we'll create a competitive advantage for our organization. Okay, so according to the Porter 5 generic, so we can overall the lower cost provide broader differentiation, focus on the lower cost, and focus on the differentiation. Best cost providers. So we can look around all these. So when we are focused on the lower cost, make achievement, lower relative revival theme, the firm business strategy, which we find the driver of the cost, and we need to focus on the D driver to reduce them. So then we're looking achieving a lower cost. So open up a sustainable cost advantage. Sustainable. How we can sustain? So because if we are known as a lower the cost, maybe other company they are following as well. They are outsourcing. They are producing like in Dell computer, laptop. They are making in different part of the world to obtain the competitive advantage for our organization. So we need to think about how we can do this, by doing and focusing. Okay. So margin. So what is the cost? Selling price minus sales, and selling price minus cost. Selling price minus cost of sales, and we get the margin. And the margin, so if we have a higher the margin, we have a lower the cost, and we can obtain the higher the margin. If we have a higher the margin, that ultimately give us competitive advantage for as an organization, and we can sustain it. Okay, so any question? Okay. Reconfiguring value chain model. So we discussed during our previous lesson value chain. We need to focus on the primary activity and the supportive activities. So like, the value chain of the software developer using the traditional wholesaler, retailer to highest cost, software development activity, yes, CD-ROM production and packaging activities, marketing and promotion, software warehousing, storage, technical support activities, activities of the software retailers, and activities to the wholesaler. All this is we have to work as a chain to obtain the competitive advantage. So this is the lower the cost we can focus it, and we can create the value. So if we are working and cutting and reducing some processes, that will can create a competitive advantage as well as an organization. So approaches, cost approach one, do you do a better job than the revival of performing value chain activity efficient and the cost effective. So we need to look around approach to improving the value, bypass the cost production activity that add the little value from the buyer perspective. So we need to look around these controlling the cost, capture economies of scale. So we need to be look around, avoid the scale of diseconomies. So if we are producing low, like, we have a hotel, we have a food. So daytime, the buffet price we can keep low because that's not a peak time. Maybe evening and the weekend higher price. We can use it on the weekend. Maybe we can rent out something. So so we can work on the full capacity to make sure we are economically viable to be obtain our competitive advantage as an organization. So all this we need to look around. Any question? So these are the different approaches to obtain the competitive advantage. So I'm not going in detail, but please Just, when you do your assignment, just focus on these key points. You can explain what is meant by value chain, which is Porter gave the value chain model. What are the primary, secondary, or supporting activity? Look the lesson 3 as well. I already explained it. We already added, the key success in the achieving the lowest cost. Scrutinize each cost creating activity, identify the cost driver, like the fixed variable cost if you will produce more, variable cost per unit can be dropped, fixed cost can be dropped, as well as the total cost per unit if we'll produce less. If we are using up to 50% our capacity, our cost will be higher per unit, and if we are producing more than that, our cost will be carry on dropping up to. So we need to think about how we can maximize and reduce our cost, maximize our output. Different characteristic of the lower cost producer: cost conscious, corporate culture is focused, turn up the lights, cutting the paper costs, cutting the paper, okay, delivering the customer, getting the earlier money. If we have a good credit control, that will help us as well. So ultimately, we can put different measures, monitoring, controlling, and evaluating. That will help us to reduce it. If my cost is going up, if I don't monitor it, it will affect end of the year my profit. So regular, I need to report, monitor what is my margin there. So pitfall of the lower cost strategies: being overly aggressive in the cutting price. Lower cost methods are easily intimidated by the revival. They can focus as well, becoming too fixed. Like Japanese, not focusing on the car, they're focusing more on the innovative product. But the Chinese companies still focus on the cost. But a lot of European companies, they are focused on the quality. So some customers, they buy based on the quality. Some customers, they prefer on the car because they don't have a purchasing power higher than others. So we need to segment our market. We need to launch our product. We need to make our strategies. Those will work, and differentiation and the cost leader. It can be, and that will be helpful to be achieve differentiation. How we can differentiate our product: it can be design, it can be model, it can be location, which is we can focus on it. Value: so buyers perceive as a value. Sometimes we say, oh, believe me, it's really cheap, they gave me, or really, we normally not use the word cheap, we always use the word value for money. So value added product, we always need to think about how we can create a value, and those can be CSF, the critical success factor for our organization, our product. And these are quite crucial to be learned about the cost effective to be achieve our organization objective effectively. Okay, so next, types of differentiation. Different, like we have a unique taste, a Dr. Pepper, which is a drink, multiple features, Microsoft Windows, that's a differentiation, wide selection and one-stop, Home Depot and Amazon, where we can superior service, FedEx, and these hotel Carlton, and the spare parts availability. Caterpillar is the company making big, dumper and things as well. Those used for the forklifter as well. So more for value for money, more for your money. McDonald, Walmart is a supermarket. The prestigious, which is Rolex, Rolex clock. Quality manufacturing, Honda and Toyota. Technological leadership, 3M Corporation, Intel, and the top of the line image is a Alpha Lorient and Channel. So these all, sustain. Differentiation is a key competitive advantage. Key competitive sustain it. Siemens, various other company you have to think about because you're a different. Your market is a different. You need a more. You need to spend money on the research and development because maybe your product is expensive, but if you not bring the innovation within your product, we can be out of business. So differentiation, where we can find the differentiation opportunity, we can look around the activities cost and the margin. We can look around the internal performance. We can look around the activities, the cost and the merger of the forward channel of distribution. We can look around the buyer and the user value chain. So all this will create a competitive advantage. So approach one, incorporate the product and feature attribute, the lower the buyer overall cost. Incorporate the features attribute or rise performance of the buyer. Incorporate and attribute the enhance the buyer satisfaction in the non-economic intangible. Intangible, tangible we can see it, intangible we can't see it, which don't have a physical substance, like a goodwill, like your reputation of the product, like the image of the product, like the coloring scheme of the product, like the convenience of the for the customer. So these are all intangible but create a lot of value, and we it's a good image for the organization. So superior capability. Capability is mean the ability to do something, and a competency is mean how we'll do our action. So if we pass our driving test, we are capable. When we are competent, we have experience. So we need to think about how we'll create a positive experience. If we learn new technique, signaling value and delivering value. Buyer seldomly pay for the value that is not perceived. Signaling value may be important as the actual value when the natural difference is a horse buyer are making. Like bread is a bread. If one bread is a high price, one is a low, maybe we need to look around how fresh, how much we deliver, what sort of the ingredient to persuade, what sort of the packaging we use, what sort of the channel of distribution we use. Otherwise, is a bread is a bread, tea is a tea, coffee is a coffee. So one Marriott hotel may be charging £10 for one cup of coffee. The coffee is only maybe 30 pence worth of it, but we create a value because you're sitting in a place where is a surrounding environment, there is a fountain, the atmosphere, the interior of the hotel, that review, you say, oh, no doubt, I spent it £10, but still worth it. I use free internet, I copied there, I had a meeting with, I have a lovely time with my friends, this and that. So all this is signaling of value. So these are the different. I'm not going through all the slide word by word, so please just go through. Competitive strategies principle. Lower cost provider can be defeated at a differentiation when the buyer are satisfied with the standard product and don't extra differentiate the attribute as a worth of paying for it. So cost provider, so we lower the cost. This is just we cannot just focusing on the cost. Everyone may be focusing on the cost. Maybe we have a different, like fashion shops, they focus on more new design, more on fashion. Like Zara store is more, but the other stores is focused on the price. So that's we need to look around. Competitive strength of the best cost provider strategies, which we can. Risk of best cost provider. Risk is the best cost provider may be squeezed between the strategies of the firm using low cost and the differentiation that can be create a problem. So we need to go through different type of the risk. Risk is the probability of something occurrence. Risk can be bad and risk can be good. Risk not only, a lot of people think risk is bad. Risk can be positive, risk can be negative. Risk is a probability of something happening. So risk is a probability of something happening. Daniel, any question? Okay, so next approach one, achieving lower cost than revival, lower cost. Second, offer niche buyer something different from the revival. Niche buyer, you're just focusing some element in the small market niche market. So thus we can focus. eBay is the example of the focus strategies. eBay online auction, Porsche is a sports car, Horizon, Camor, computer airline, Jeffy Cube International maintain the motor vehicle, Vendoc specialist in truck. So all we can look around, they can niche it. This for focus strategies can be competitor will find effective way to match the focus capabilities. They can exceed it, which the customer can shift from. So cooperative, something that use the strategic alliance. Alliance means, okay, courier service and the Amazon then be a strategic line and work together to achieve overall objective, and with that's a collaborative partnership, complement their own strategic initiative and strengthen their competitiveness, such as the cooperative strategies go beyond the normal company to company dealing with and fall short of mergers or the formal joint venture. Two company together are taken over by others, then merge with together for the common interest. Why cooperative strategies are integral from competitiveness. So sometimes we'll go and we work different and we merge together, becoming the bigger. That could be a focus on the cost because we're producing in bulk, we are cutting the management level jobs, we are increasing and we are getting initiative from the government as well, becoming providing more jobs, more skills, more expertise, sharing knowledge and abilities. So all this will create a competitive advantage, strategic alliance to the partnership, and this is all about the strategic alliance. So alliance failure sometime can be happen. Acquisition is mean totally take over other companies. That can be benefit of merger and acquisition. Some have a drawbacks as well. Vertical integration. Vertical integration extend to the firm competitive advantage within the same industry. So backward into the sources of supply and forward toward user and find the product can be aims to either full or the partially integration. So please go through these slides. It's quite good. We can integrate, generate the cost saving only by the volume needed is a big enough, capture the efficiencies, potential reduce the cost. So we maybe integrate into integration. So advantage for the firm establish its own distribution network, not using the other people network. So that will be in the long run. We have own lorries, own distribution channels. Strategic disadvantage can be vertical. So everything is not perfect. So we can look around both advantages and disadvantages. So we need to look around the both side of the coins. Please go through these slides. If any question, ask me. I'm not going through all the slides, but that will, I hope so, including more slides that will help you. So offensive is used to build the new, stronger market position and capable to create a competitive advantage. Defensive, use protect competitive advantage. Use and protect the competitive advantage. That can be defensive. Build the new, stronger market position. That can be offensive. So the building competitive advantage, we can focus and we can make the strategies for it. Okay, attacking the competitor weakness. So we explore the competitor weakness they have. Maybe they can't speak or translate and don't have a foreign experience. We have a people from different ethnic groups, like American airline is 50 country, they have a air hostess, so they can serve the client, they can betterly understand the needs of the customer. So attacking the competitor, the weakness, because other people, other companies, other airlines, they are weak in these areas. So they are looking and identifying objectives, several major initiatives. We can look at the balance, their attention, they are focusing more. So we need to look around and run offensive. So all this we need to look around different strategies and use gorillas. Yes, like a gorillas, more, yes, make random scattered raids on the leaders in the customer, so we can make preemptive strike is involve moving first to secure and preemptive. Yes, so you don't give the chance to your enemies enter in the market, you enter first. So early user, early entering in the market can be advantage as well. So early launching the smartphone competitive advantage compared to the launch. So please you can pick as well, choosing who to attack. Yes, so offensive strategy, defensive. So please go through these block avenues, open challenges. These are all the strategies we can use in the marketing perspective. So first mover disadvantage can be sometime, because sometimes we can totally be failure. It's a huge cost involved to entering, and sometimes you're not really fully aware of, or like we can be a slow runner. We can enter at the loss, maybe still the market is a mature, people are willing and people are aware of that, and we can a little bit change it. That will help to be sustained as an organization. Okay, timing and competitive advantage. So principal being the first mover hold the potential for the competitive advantage in some cases, but not in others. So being a fast follower can be sometimes yield as a good as a result as being first mover, and the principal three being late mover may or may not be a fatal. It varies when the situation. So these are the timing and the competitive advantage can be. So principal, you can be mover, then you can be a fast follower, and the third you may be the last move. Daniel, any question? Okay, so I included the link there to do the quiz. I'm not doing with because we are only just one, so please just you for the sake of to understanding yours, you can copy the link and you can go through. Second, I have included the case study to read, Manur as well. So please go through the case study. This is quite good. Building a competitive advantage. We have a company called Barron Homes, which is quite big company making new houses and building and constructing new houses. So this is the case study, a successful understand the nature of the environment, how this company understand the nature of environment, what are the objectives and which area they are focused, identify the key challenges, they use the SWOT analysis for it, and then what are the challenges there for them and how they address them, audience, market, positioning, the solutions, and they draw the conclusion how effectively they made it and they achieved the thing. So that's a good case study to read. So now we almost cover every bit and pieces for this unit. So please, when you start your assignment writing, so if you not get anything because maybe bit and pieces you not get it, so please ask me. Try my best to reply you, and I'll send you some extra resources as well, which those will help you to be prepare your assignment. So please, if you go through these sheets, what we're supposed to do, I'll quick show you as well. Yes. So task 1 to 3, group presentation. You and the rest of the sales team have scheduled the presentation of the meeting to the broadcast. So the following topic, presentation advice. So you can prepare the presentation, explain the role of marketing in an organization and the relationship between marketing and corporate strategies. So please go through my slides as well. That will help you. I already set up VN mission and objective, which we discussed as well. And that's a competitive advantage we explained today. Explain the marketing strategies, what is meant by, and you can add the example of any organization to embed in your presentation. Discuss the role of marketing. Of course, marketing play a significant role in the success and the failure. So we have a supposed to be identify the marketing strategy that can be contribute the organization competitive advantage. Like today we discuss about, it can be one group presentation, three in a group, approximately 25 minutes. So we can maybe record some point, this is the presentation. So plus, you make the presentations, please, your slide, and then we'll go through, and those slides we can send them as evidence. So, and then together within your sales team, you also put together the brochures. So we can make the brochures for the sales of the product, and keeping in view of the internally and externally environment, that will be helpful. We can create a blog. Blog can be online blog. That's all about we are learning some. In addition to your service of your company, your own blog, and you can ask to write individual blog and post. So that individual blog, any blog site we can launch, and we can write about 300-400 words, like we are going to open a new business, we're offering this and that, and this anything you can pick of your choice. So that link we can include within assignment. That will help us to, even PowerPoint slide we can copy and paste. You can give us as a separate file. You can write it task 1 of 3, so then 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. So if any question, do not hesitate to contact me. I will go through and try my best to explain you as well. Any question, Daniel? Okay, so I will go through your remaining element of accounting, which try to prepare the task. I'll explain you as well, and then if you want, we can do lesson 2:30 on Friday, which I think so 8 hours. It's supposed to be your 10:30 in South Korea, if I'm right. And or if you just want me to send you a recording, I will try to record and then forward you the recording and all the solutions of the problem. That will help you to prepare your assignment. If any questions, so please do not hesitate, just drop me email. You have my email. Okay, Manur, please you watch and listen. If any question you have, ask me as well. Rest, if anybody watching, any question, you have my email on my slides. Just drop me email. Have a wonderful time, and hope we'll speak you soon by next lesson with new unit, which we are going to start by tomorrow. So yes, Daniel. So we'll go through business law unit tomorrow. Okay. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Speak you then. Thanks. Bye-bye.